I'm not gonna lie, I've had 3 cups of coffee today. We're gonna explore some tea versions today. It sounds so not like me and I feel a little uncomfortable, I have to say. This is super cute. Bringing in the tea. This is peach, passion, and lemon. Wait, is there also caffeine in tea? I don't know, we'll see. For some of you who says that oat milk or just milk in general don't belong in tea, it belongs in tea here. Makes it so much more creamier. So now that I've successfully poured my tea, and I hope that you have poured your own something to drink, let's dive on in. Tea time. Have you ever been told to forget it, to suck it up, to stay strong? Have you ever been told that therapy was too expensive, that it's only for weak people, that it's only baby that cries? Let me tell you something. Healing has never been only for a certain group of people. It's for everyone. And it is something that you deserve too. Maybe it feels like you have a hole within yourself right now, or you're letting negative feelings occupy such a big room in you. That's when you know that you for sure have some healing to do. And healing emotionally is really uncomfortable, because you will grow into a person that your old self is not going to recognize. But it's really important work and something that I think everyone should have a certain amount of knowledge of. So that's why we're here today. And if you feel like you don't know if you're on the right path, here are 5 signs that you are healing emotionally. Don't burn yourself on the tea though. Sign number 1, you accept all of your emotions. If you're repressing your emotions, you are a person who listens to your logical side of yourself a lot. You tend to lock up your feelings and replacing them with logic and whatever you see. This can feel like constantly throwing rocks in a pile of locked down emotions, and you never know if the next rock you might throw triggers the whole pile to just crash, making you react or explode in anger or rage, sadness or disappointment. This is why it's so important to let yourself feel your emotions when they occur, so that you're not locking them inside your inner box. When a person is healing, they're taking their time when they're feeling a certain emotions, whether that's a negative one or a positive one. This makes a person feel so fulfilled and so understood by themselves, because they're learning their own triggers and they're learning their own emotions and how not to react, but rather how to respond to different situations. And trust me, this can be so uncomfortable, and you can get shocked on how many emotions you actually have stored inside yourself. When you let that out, you will be shook. But I promise you that with time, this will get better. And again, you will learn more and more about yourself, your triggers, and how to handle your emotions. Sign number 2, you have clearer boundaries. I'm not saying they're 100% clear, because we're still on a journey here, but you will have an easier time saying no to the things that you don't want to do. Unhealed people have a very much easier time saying yes to things that they in reality really don't want to do. They would rather stretch themselves and have people to like them rather than saying no, sticking up for themselves and maintaining that boundary. A healed person, or a person that's on the journey of healing, will start to put down clearer boundaries. And every time they do so, they will put a coin in the boundary bank, which makes them more self-confident, which makes them have more emotional clarity on who they are as people and what they want to do and what they don't want to do. They will raise a sense of trust to themselves and realize that they're not a bad person for saying no, and neither are you. It's okay to say no, and people are not going to hate you for it. Actually, people are going to respect you for it, because you will give people a chance to get to know the real you better, to improve your relationship, and to respect you more. Sign number 3. You accept your past. Life is unfair. Some have had it worse than others, and some have had it easier than others. People on their healing journey shift their energy focus from victim mode to winner mode. This means that instead of telling yourself how hard life is, how it's always you, how people are always out to get you, how you can't do XYZ because that's how you were raised, you shift your energy into knowing that it happened, accepting that it happened, and using your past as a strength. Realizing that you wouldn't be where you are today if those things had not happened to you. You will slowly make that wound a badass scar and use that as your story. You can use that as fuel for why you are so freaking awesome for having created and accomplished what you have. In spite of your past, in spite of what you have gone through, you've still created your own success. You're out there acting like a complete badass. You should be so proud of that. And accepting your past will also lead you to responding instead of reacting. Unhealed people are in complete action mode. They always think that people are out to get them. They never see the best in people. They have a very critic mind and reacts when they find themselves in uncomfortable situations. They don't even have the time to think it logically through. So they will just lash out in anger or defensiveness or run away or shut down from the situation. On your journey toward healing, you will start to think back on those situations and think why you ever reacted like that when there was no legit reason for it. And just in general, you will start to reflect a lot more about your past and the past situations that you have found yourself in that, probably wasn't comfortable in that situation. When you're thinking back on these situations, don't ever feel guilty about the way you reacted. Maybe, you regret the way you reacted because it wasn't nice toward the other person and you weren't comfortable to hang around with, but ask yourself if you could have done anything differently with the awareness you had at that point in time. The answer would probably be no. Just trust that you did everything that you could with the awareness that you had back then, and then be grateful for the awareness that you have today. And maybe, hey, you can always reach out to the persons that you've heard and say, you know what, I'm sorry. Sign number 4, you are giving fear the finger. When you have made the decision to start your healing journey, you will suddenly have the courage to do a lot of the things you didn't have the courage to do before, which will make it so much easier to step outside of the box and outside of that comfy comfort zone. Maybe you started the gym, something that might have scared you a year ago. Maybe you have an easier time expressing your opinions. Maybe you're having an easier time greeting strangers. Whatever it is, that's all a sign of you healing. Continuously stepping outside your comfort zone, continuously challenging your fear, challenging your own courage. And just know that fear is going to follow you everywhere you go for the rest of your life. And this isn't any negative thing. It's how you view it and how you handle your fear. So if you can already now make it a habit to tell fear to shut the hell up, you can do that continuously throughout your life. And just know that the courage that you had to bring forward to get to where you are now is not going to get you to the next level. The next level, you have to bring out even more courage, and the next level again, even more courage, and you have to continuously tell the fear to shut the hell up. Sign number 5, you welcome help. Unhealed people have a very, I'm fine on my own mentality. These are the people that has been told from the get-go that only babies cry and only the weak people go to therapy. They're afraid to being made fun of or to being humiliated, which often comes from past experiences when they have shown their feelings, when they have cried, or when they have been weak. People on their healing journey welcomes help, and they know that they have to do it by themselves, but not alone. And asking for help comes with so many benefits. You can let go of the ego in you that just carries that ugly pride around, because you realize that you can't carry all the weight on your own shoulders. You need someone else's shoulders to also carry a bit of the load. You welcome love and other people's emotional awareness and knowledge that you don't have yet, but you're willing to learn, and you're willing to soak other people's experiences up like a sponge. Plus, and this is a huge plus, this is something that actually should be the reason why asking for help. When we ask other people for help, we're making them feel seen, valued, and important. Think about this. Whenever people have come to you for help, whether that be professional, emotionally, or knowledge, you probably felt important. You felt that you could contribute to the other person's life, that you could make their day, and that made you feel important and valued. And we can do that to other people too, whether that's asking a stranger on the street for taking a photo of you, or it's coming to a friend for emotional advice, or it's coming to a business partner for business. Whatever it is, we make the other person feel important and valued, and that's such a cool thing to do. And then after, show them sincere gratitude for actually helping you. You can definitely do all of the inner work, all the healing yourself, but asking for help just makes the journey so much more smoother. It makes the time frame shorter, and it makes the ride just so much more enjoyable. I also wanted to give you guys my advice on professional help because I feel like it wouldn't be right if I didn't. There are many routes that you can take, and the different routes handle healing very differently. With coaching or therapy, you will have someone to hold your hand throughout your whole journey and to tell you whether or not you're on the right track of healing. I myself chose the coaching way over therapy, and here's what I learned. Therapy is so good for so many people to understand themselves and to learn more about their emotions and their patterns of reactions. Therapy normally focuses on your past so that you can understand it more, and so that you develop a more emotionally awareness towards where you are in life right now and why you're a product of your past. So if you're a person that wants to move forward, therapy might not be for you. If you are a person that needs to understand your past and needs to work through those feelings, therapy might be a really good choice for you. But if you really feel like moving forward is the right choice for you, like it was for me, coaching might be your thing. I believe coaching is where you'll see the most remarkable results, and I'm really biased here because this was my way of healing, so just keep that in mind. But you will see results here because coaching doesn't really care about what you've been through. It focuses a lot more on where you want to go. So it focuses on you setting a goal for yourself and then giving you the right tools to pursue that goal and to becoming that better version of yourself. Not leaving the past version of you behind, because that will always be a part of you, but rather replacing that old you, those old paradigms, limiting beliefs, with something new and something better. It focuses more on the future than the past. I'd always recommend coaching, but I'm very biased, as I just said. So you really have to feel, what do you need? Do you need an understanding, or do you need to just move forward? And with all of that being said, guys, I have this week's affirmation for you that will help you to either start your healing process or to continue your healing journey. It goes like this. I am so happy and grateful now that I am aware that I have the power to heal myself and that I choose healing, love, and balance to take precedence in my life. It is so. Thank you. If you didn't know already, I am posting a video every single week, and I would love if you were there to hang out with me too. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.